subscribe? Tariq Radio. Like and subscribe.
Even what is American food? But if you think about that, it's the influence from the Africans. That's what, you know,
and other
that's
communities,
and other communities.
Yeah.
But it is the influence from that. But because they want to separate themselves so much from that, where do you think this shit comes
And I think
from?
there's a misunderstanding to what they don't understand that actually they don't understand that we have our own version of soul food. That, and though we call it, we might say it's African food or Nigerian food, Ghanaian food, Caribbean food, Canadian food, and traditional dishes. We have soul food over here. Soul food isn't exclusive to Americans. We just don't call it soul food. But again, it's about education.
Did y'all see the video clip? Speaking of Britain, these African Britain women are doing some kind of podcast. Oh, goodness. They sat up here and said that soul food really came from Africa. We ain't the only ones who basically got a monopoly on soul food. We ain't the only ones who do soul food over here. And that the Africans got their version of soul food. Okay, family, what are they talking about? Do we have any Africans here? Maybe I'm naive, okay? What the hell is the African version of soul food? And what did we get from Africa to make our soul food? Do we have any African brothers and sisters here? I would love to be enlightened because the women said that shit, but they never really elaborated on it. People throw stuff out there, and then when it's time to elaborate, they go duck and hide. Just like when Fat Joe was like, yeah, hip hop and blacks is the black and Latinos created hip hop 50-50 and then run out the room. And you can never explain what the hell you're talking about. Yeah? Let me get, Jordan wants to get back. Brother Jordan, hop back in, brother. Hop back in, Jordan.
The African version of soul food is jollof rice.
Oh, that's it?
That's all they got, man. They ain't got shit. They ain't got shit but that. That's it.
Man.
That and bushmeat. Bushmeat during the summer. That's usually what they got.
Lord, my man. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you. But yeah, what is their soul food? What is their soul food? That is a genuine question. I would love for somebody from African brothers and sisters to call in and elaborate what the hell your soul food is. And this narrative, because I've heard this narrative before that we got soul food, we done brought it over from Africa. No, we did not. Oh, family, we didn't bring soul food. Soul food developed foundational Black Americans. It came out of the agricultural and culinary realities of foundational Black Americans in the southern United States, family. That's where it came from. All the ingredients that's essential for soul food: cornbread, collard green, black-eyed peas, sweet potatoes, fried chicken, all of that. This was from the southern agricultural economy. That was vastly different from West and Central Africa, right? Come on now. So we had to create new dishes over here. Let's be real. I know my sister Wani breaks that down too, but African crops, they're not the foundations of soul food. See, people start talking about rice and okra. But no, most of our dishes don't have okra in it, though. You understand? Most of our dishes, our soul food dishes, doesn't, you got gumbo and some stews, but and we got fried okra. But, while okra and rice, there was some African things going on with that, but the vast majority of foundational Black American soul food staple, that's corn, greens, pork. It's not really African stuff. It ain't. And a lot of the African food cuisines that relies on plantains, cassava, stuff like that. Most of our foods are based on cornmeal. You don't have corn over there like that. We got cornbread, grits, we cornmeal where we batter up the fish and yeah. Come on now. And we were using a lot of the crops that were here. It's just that simple. Turnip greens, just the stuff that was growing up here, and also with the enslavement that we had to go through. That was very important because we had to really go out of our way to make the best out of limited resources. We had limited food rations given to us. So that forced us to be innovative, to create new recipes out of necessity. You understand? Whereas in Africa, they had different things. You had plenty of bush meat running around that you could get, and people just stuck with the bush meat. They're like, shit, we good. You had all types of protein sources, monkey back, giraffe legs. I mean, you had you had different things. We didn't have all that stuff. We didn't. They gave us very limited resources and food rations. So we had to season it right. We had to stretch it out. We had to really, really put it together that would make it very filling. So it was a different experience. We had limited meat access. So that's why we had to do things like chitlins and ham hocks and just really flip it and remix it and make it fly. Yeah. No, this is our experience, man. This is a very unique experience that we had as foundational Black Americans. Our seasoning and cooking methods are different. That slow cooking and deep frying and heavy seasoning and smoking the meat. Yeah. They don't really and African dishes from my knowledge, they don't do a lot of deep frying in flour batter, do they? Do I have any Africans here? Do you guys do deep frying? When I went to Africa, I didn't see nobody really doing deep frying of anything. Let me get Brother Moroccan here. Brother Moroccan, I would like to talk to some of the Africans. Do y'all? I don't know about no deep frying foods that y'all do over there. Am I wrong or not, Brother Moroccan? Hop in, sir.
Yes, I wanted to speak on that fairly quickly because I was just speaking to one of my African friends, um, and he made it very clear to me that a lot of Africans don't do a lot of uh, deep frying, especially flour frying. They don't really do that. Also, they don't really have concepts of sweet and savory like we do.
Right.
Um, and then also, my last point is that if you Google the origin of fried chicken or flour frying, they'll try to give it to Europeans or specifically the Scottish.
Mm-hmm.
But Europeans and the Scottish, they don't have a history of traditional dishes that have a concept of fried chicken. Not only that, they consistently like to boil their food.
Right.
Their meals are boiled. It's disgusting. Sorry. So that's just what it is. Alan.
Thank you. Yeah. When I posted the video of the African British women talking about they created soul food, some white woman jumped in the comments. Well, yeah, actually, American soul food came from whites in the Appalachian Mountains, like the white hillbillies. That's all cap. No, that ain't true. We didn't learn how to cook soul food from them. Their food is nasty now. Also, even the way the food was rationed out to us, we had to get this limited ration food and kind of make the best of it. The hillbillies in the Appalachian Mountains, they didn't have limited meats that were rationed out to them like we had. So we had to be very creative. They didn't have to do that. You see, we had to know how to get these dishes and crush up the corn and make grits so that the grits can last and feed a lot of people. So that was unique to our experience here. And just the whole post-slavery era and the whole great migration and all of that cemented our soul food identity here. After slavery, we kind of had more autonomy over our food preparation. So we could really, really get on with the soul food. So we would bring all of those culinary traditions to Chicago, Detroit, New York, spreading that in the urban communities all over the country. You see, and there were no African immigrants involved in none of that stuff. Soul food, that's a product of our Black resilience. Soul food, that's tied to Black survival and community building. Yeah. The spirit of the way we prepared the food. We prepared the food. They always say the secret ingredients of soul food is love. We had to create these foods for each other because we were in a hostile environment and we needed to look out for the children and everybody else in the community because we always looked at them as an extended family, not a damn tribal group. Let's get some real history straight here. We don't do that tribal stuff. We looked at all of these people around us as extended family members, and many of us, especially in the South, still do to a certain degree. When we had these limited resources to make food, we said, okay, we're going to have to be creative because these people I love, I have to feed them too. I'm not going to eat while everybody's starving. So Massa just gave me 2 ham hocks that he didn't want to eat from the pig. I'm gonna get these ham hocks. I'm gonna get some of these vegetables. I'm gonna get some of these peas. I'm gonna get some of this rice. And then I'm gonna mix this up and put it in a stew. And this is gonna stretch out so I can feed all of these people. Then I'm gonna get this corn. I'm gonna crush this corn up, make a flour out of it. We're gonna make grits and corn bread. We're gonna have a lot of bread to fill everybody up. You understand? We were doing it out of love. We wanted to use the limited resources so that we can create foods that would be rationed out to a lot of people who were in need. That's why love is the ingredients, the secret ingredients of soul food. You can taste the love in it. That's why when certain people make certain food, that shit, boy, you're like, this really cares for me. You dig? When your grandma make the food, you can feel the love she had for you when she made that food. When your mama make the food, you can feel the love. When your wife makes the food, you can feel the love or the hate. Because sometimes my wife makes great dishes. Now, when she mad at me, she don't season the shit right. I can taste the hate too. You understand? You can taste the hate. When she's in a good mood, it tastes different. When she's in a mood, it tastes different too. You see? But our food was made with love, not to denigrate nobody else's culture. Oh, that's what family. Let's be real. Food over there don't taste nothing like our foundational Black American soul food. What dish do they have in any African nation that tastes like our soul food? And I'm not denigrating because I had Swahili food that I actually liked. I actually like Swahili food. That was pretty good. I liked that when I was over there in Tanzania. I did in Zimbabwe. My wife is talking. Zimbabwe, I like the food there. I really enjoyed the food in Zimbabwe. What did we eat in South Africa? It wasn't right. It wasn't good. Right. It was not good. And I love my South African folks. The food just wasn't hidden. I don't know. Right. But yeah, Zimbabwe, I like the food there. It didn't taste like our food, but I like the food there. It was very good. So I'm not denigrating nobody, but I'm just saying it ain't the same. We didn't get nothing from you. We didn't retain some long held memories and just held on to some psychological recipes. Come on, man. What the fuck are you talking about? The spices, no, the seasoning, that wasn't, we didn't have the same seasoning. We just didn't. We created something independent of everybody. Because whenever we do something good, they want to try to attribute it to somebody else. Well, the soul food is a combination of African and Native American and Scottish. The fried chicken is the Scottish. Where are you gonna get some fried chicken from some damn Scottish people right now? That's good. Where you gonna get some Scottish fried damn chicken? They love talking that Scottish made some fried chicken shit. No, they probably put some chicken in some grease at one point. That ain't the same. It ain't what we do. It's not what we do. Yeah. And also, look, unlike these African cuisines, Our soul food, it was intertwined with like black churches, juke joints, barbecues, Sunday dinners. These were unique aspects of foundational Black American cultural life. Yeah. This communal thing where we're looking out for each other. The black church, that's where you get soul food. Barbecuing at the park, family reunions, we laying the food out for each other. You there? That's one thing about foundational Black Americans. You get around us, it's a family gathering, there's going to be more than enough food. Y'all know that. When we have a real gathering, there's going to be more than enough damn food. That's the love aspect of it. So it's a whole different culture. And just their foods just don't resemble our soul food. It don't resemble the flavor, the ingredients, the preparation. It's all different. See, the only thing, the closest thing is kind of gumbo. Well, okra with the okra and the gumbo, and people try to hang their hats on that. I mean, you might have a somewhat of a similarity there, but other than that, everything is unique to us here. You understand? Because those African dishes, especially West African, they they use palm oil and fermented foods, and yeah, it's a whole different thing. And family, we've seen these videos of these some of these African brothers and sisters eating food. Come on, man. We've seen videos of them eating. Come on, do they do anything? Is that what we do? Them plopping down this stuff. And I'm not denigrating Africa. I'm not, but we're just gonna have to talk real. We see videos on here every day, people plopping down. We don't even know what it is. Some of this stuff, I don't even know what. I can't even call it a soup. Is it a gumbo? Is it what? These slimy little dishes, and there's some kind of weird animal's head that's been barbecued. Then they pour the slime on the thing head. Then they get a ball of dough. I don't know what it is. And then peel off that, and then use their finger to sop up the slime, and then pick the eye and the ear off whatever animal it is. And what the hell? What? That is that the soul food? That ain't like what we do. We don't do that. No disrespect. Don't try to say we got what we do from that. We know it's just different, and it's okay. If y'all want to cook some strange animals and put slime on it, hey man, I'm not knocking you. But don't say we got what we do from that. No, we don't. We don't do that. Let me get C Killer in the building. And I'm not trying to beat up on nobody. I'm not trying to beat up on anybody's culture. But when these people get out here and say shit, be like, yeah, they got it soul food from us, nigga. Okay, come on now. C Killer, what's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on, Tariq?
I'm good. How you doing, brother?
All right. I just wanted to say, there's nothing really too similar with African food and soul food. They try to claim it, but soul food is actually comes after emancipation. That's why it's so festive. During chattel slavery, slaves were eating like pigs' brains and like molasses with cornmeal and shit like that, and greens that they can grow. And they would have to hunt nocturnal animals like squirrel, like like and stuff like that,
Mhm.
and possums. That's what we ate during chattel slavery because we had to make things work. So we did also get the hand me downs from the masters, the pig's feet and all of that type of stuff. But all that macaroni and cheese and making all these, that's why it's served so like festively because it's emancipation food,
Mhm.
it's freedom food.
Yeah.
And there's really no big difference. I mean, there's really not a big a big similarity in my eyes I've seen with other than okra, and we don't eat our okra slimy, so
All right.
I don't you know. But I was gonna say, be careful with them pecan logs, man. The other night when the phone went off, I thought you slipped into a diabetic coma, man. I was like, oh shit, Tariq, be careful, man.
Man, I'm good, man. But thank you so much, brother. Oh man, yeah, these pecan logs be hitting. All right, let me get some folks in here because we are in here heavy. We're in here heavy, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get Ann Wheezy Will in the building. Let's get Ann Wheezy Will in the building. and Wheezy. All right, and Wheezy, speak on it, brother. Unmute your microphone. All right, while we're waiting on them Wheezy, let's get Happy Parlay. Happy Parlay in the building. Happy Parlay. And Wheezy, you ready?
My bad, dude. I didn't mean to request to get on.
Okay, well, I'll take you down, brother. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Hit the request button by mistake, man.
Hey, what's up, brother Tariq?
Hey, Happy, how are you, brother?
I'm all right. How you doing, loved one?
I'm good, brother. What's on your mind tonight, sir?
Hey, it's funny, man. You mentioned that whole soul food, man, and when it comes to the cats in the diaspora, they try to compare and try to say that they them niggas they get soul food from us, man. It's nothing but cat, man. I'm gonna keep it 100.
Oh, yeah.
I had a experience about a year ago, bruh. This shit was hilarious. We went to it was like all right, so my sister, she's in that whole Boule, Delta, Sigma, oh BS. You know what I mean? When it comes down to that whole fraternity, sorority, that whole camp, you know what I'm saying? So they roll with them Africans real tough. And they invited us to a function over in I'm in the Bay, so they invited us. I'm in Oakland, so they invited us to a function in Alameda. And at this function, it was at a Congolese, no, a Senegalese. It was a Senegalese soul food spot. So when we get there, man, it was just crazy. It was just the whole vibe was just real janky. They just seemed like I don't know, like just the whole vibe was off.
Mm,
So I'm already peeping the whole situation. I'm like, all right, I'm seeing what's going on. When it comes to the food, it's like, all right, cool. They got open bar and everything. The food, they like, all right, we serving plates in the back. All right, cool. So I jump in line. All right, I'm gonna slide to the back. Let me see what you guys got back there. All right, let me check out the soul food. I'm seeing, all right, y'all got some dry ass barbecue chicken.
mm,
Okay, y'all got some collard greens that's hella over seasoned and spicy as hell, some dry ass jollof rice, and they I don't know what kind of cornbread they had, but that cornbread was ridiculous.
mm.
It was like, man, what the hell is this? Oh, then they threw in some oxtails. The oxtails, I give them their credit. The oxtails was on hit.
Yeah.
That's about it. And then they turn around and charge us $15 for a plate.
Damn.
Dude, I was pissed off. I was like, man, I'm never coming to this joint, man. I don't know what the hell y'all got going on, but this ain't no real FBA soul food that we used to.
There you go. And you know what? I went to a place like that in DC not too long ago. When I went to DC the last time, I forgot what I was doing out there. I went to a slash soul food West African restaurant. It was supposed to be a West African food, soul food fusion. And this was not it at all. This wasn't it. And I think these folks now, they try to capitalize off our soul food because they know, truth be told, they know a lot of folks ain't really checking for their food like that. So they say, yes, it's a fusion, nigga. Because that's the only reason I went. I went in because it said it was soul food. I saw soul food and I said, hey, okay, I'm going to try that. And when I went in there, it was empty. Nobody was really in there. I said, oh, that's a bad sign. And I could see why. This is just wasn't hitting. It was basically some West African food, and they tried to, I think, put some hot sauce on it and say that was soul food. It was like some jollof with a jar of Kool-Aid or some shit. It was like a real janky fusion. Yeah, it was like what is this? Yeah, it like plantain pudding. It wasn't even banana pudding. Plantain pudding. It was that. It was some real weak ass fusion they were trying to yeah, a barbecue bushmeat burger. This ain't it. This is just not it. You know? Miss Melanie, hop on, beloved. Melanie, hop on.
Hey Tariq, could you hear me?
I can hear you, dear. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. That African food is nothing like American food. That slam on it is crazy. The way it looks so nasty, like slop. But a lot of times they be trying to Africanize us or try to say, oh, we don't have like foods that's indigenous to like America. That's another way to make us look like immigrants, like we don't belong to this land. A lot of our foods are tied to this land. Like I was telling you about the yams that's indigenous here, and we do so many things with that. Sweet potato pies, from baked potatoes to mashed potatoes or whatever the case may be, all the potatoes that's indigenous to this land that's tied into our culture. That's another way they're trying to like make it seem like we're not tied to this land by saying like, oh, your food didn't come here. You don't have like American food. They do that a lot, which is weird. So I just wanted to bring up that part. And Jordan Daly is friends with Myron Gaines.
Oh,
And he also said that you brainwashing us. So he's in here. I want him to speak on that as well.
oh,
So yeah, he liked to blame stuff on the Jews too. I thought you was familiar with him. No.
I wasn't. I wasn't familiar with Jordan. Jordan, get on back up here, brother.
Yeah, he the Myron Game people blame the Jews and he said you brainwashing us. So I want to know like his thoughts on that.
Yeah,
Hey Jordan.
Jordan, hop on up there. Thank you for pointing that out. Jordan, hop on in, brother.
I don't know what type of grift she trying to start, Tariq. I don't be saying nothing. I be staying in my place like a good black boy. All right.
Now, did you say I be brainwashing?
Mm-hmm.
I'd never be saying that anybody brainwashes anybody.
Now, Melanie, he-
He said that when we was in the space when he was saying when you had all the white women in check. And you was like, yeah, Tyreek, he's very funny. You be brainwashing. When Jesse came up on the stage and you was talking about it, remember? I brought Jesse up here.
Who's Jesse?
Uh-huh. So now you act like you the white
Oh,
man,
you mean
Jesse.
Josie?
Jazz.
Who's Jazz?
Jess. Jess. That be
Oh,
hosting.
Jazz. Oh, white Jazz. Yeah,
Now
yeah,
you
yeah.
don't know nothing. Okay, right.
No, white Jazz. All my spaces are recorded. You can go back and listen. I don't ever say anybody brainwashing anybody.
You did say that though.
You brainwashing everybody with your clothes off. That's what you doing.
What?
Yeah, we look. We see you in your profile
Are
picture,
you
girl.
trolling right now?
Why would I be trolling?
What when I had my clothes off? What you talking about?
I'm just saying. I mean, I don't got.
Posted.
I ain't got to
What
tell. I got to tell the whole
when?
space. I don't got to tell the whole space.
You could, cause I ain't never had my clothes off. That ain't even how I am. So
No, I didn't.
if
Say,
you got
I
something
didn't say. I
posted,
didn't say
please,
you
I
did it
want to
for.
know.
I didn't say you did it for the internet. I just said you did it for me.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
Never.
okay. Yeah. Now you're just lying. See, Tariq, she got a history of lies.
Anyway, he trolling right now, Tariq.
yeah,
He be
yeah.
in the spaces with Myron Gaines, with Jess, and they be talking about like blame the Jews, and he be saying like you be brainwashing us. A lot of the stuff is for comical reasons or whatever the case may be. I don't know why you laugh. You need to talk on it. Speak on it, Jordan.
Hey,
Say it,
Jordan,
Jordan.
stand on business now. You can't.
She, she's not. No. I am friends with Myron. I'm friends with Nick. I'm friends with all of them. Like everybody from top to bottom. I'm friends with rappers. I'm friends with everybody, man. I don't discriminate against nobody. Everybody have their own ideology. Everybody thinks freely. It's all I believe in, man.
You said
I do host a lot of them though. Like I do host a late night space every.
now you're trying to troll out a little bit. Yeah, when you said you got a bunch of Nazis following you, I said, okay. I said he's doing something to have Nazis following him. And yeah, the whole Myron Gaines things, that makes sense. See, now that's tetherish. Now that's tetherish. That's why you said you're a tether. Now that is kind of tetherish. That's kind of a tetherish thing. So but anyway, yeah,
No,
I'm not surprised.
no, Tariq. I don't like. Look, I'm friends with everybody, bro. Like literally, I'm friends with everybody. There's not gonna be a day or a night where one group is gonna like you and somebody else is gonna hate you. Like today, I was in the Epstein listing, and I got called Mossad, and I got called a Nazi. How is that even possible?
Hey man, that is what it is, man. All right, man. Let me get some more folks. Thank you. All right. See, it's stand on business. I don't like folks being here cockeying and kikiing and then they saying little greasy, slick shit in the background. Yeah, that's come on now. You stand on it. Stand on it. All right. Let me get some folks in here. Let me look at some of these names because we are in here. We're in here, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we are. Yeah, my thing is if you say something, say it again. Say it when I'm here. All right. Let's get let me see. Let's get rap with what's your name? Rap with your boy. Rap with your boy in the building. Rap with your boy. What's up, brother? Unmute your microphone, sir.
Oh, my bad, bro. My bad. How you doing,
I'm
man?
good, man. What city you in, rap?
Hey, I'm in North Carolina, man. Small town, man. I ain't gonna say what town, but I'm in North Carolina, man.
There it is, man. What's on your mind?
Yeah, I wanted to speak on you was talking about the soul food, man. And I remember I used to work with a bunch of Rwandans out in Texas when I lived out there, and they brought me some food because I was on the management team and whatnot. But like, it was pretty similar to how my grandma would make the stew beef and rice with the greens and stuff like that. I'm not gonna say that they started soul food, but it's you could tell it was being emulated. Had the beef with the rice, the cassava leaves, and corn and stuff like that, and bread. But that's pretty much what I just wanted to hit on that, man.
From
And
Rwanda?
yeah, I
Are they
was Rwanda.
emulating some of the food that they saw here? Because I don't know too much about Rwandan food.
Yeah, they really emulated like the food. Like
Oh,
it was
okay. So yeah, they
yeah, like
were doing. Okay. Okay, yeah, yeah. Now there's some people who can come over here and learn what we do and just kind of watch us and try to emulate it as best as they can. Yeah, that can happen. But yeah, 'cause I don't know anything about the food in Rwanda being similar to what we got going on. So
nah, it ain't similar. But what it was is like they took their ingredients and I could have swore I was like eating Southern food, like how I grew up, you know. So,
yeah,
but
somebody
yeah,
came over here and somebody taught them. So yeah, they learned from somebody, and that's that happens. That definitely happens. All right. Let's get let's see, Weldon Johnson. Let's get Weldon in here. Hop on in, Mr. Weldon. Unmute your microphone. All right, let's get Weldon, and then we'll get JC Crazy. I think that's his name. Weldon, you good? Let's get Watt in. Watt is ready. Watt, what's up, brother?
What's going on, Tariq, man?
How you living, brother? What's on your mind?
Man, I'm good. I just wanted to help the family too, cause I went out to DC when you did the rally for reparations both times. So on the second go round, man, it wasn't really no good places to find like traditional black food, and you are a godsend because you told me about Georgia Brown through
Yes.
one of the spaces, man. Tariq, man, let me tell you, I went to a spot, a Jamaican spot, and they gave me some wings and some fries. But them wings, they didn't come from no damn chicken. Them was some big ass wings, man. I don't know where the them wings came from. But I did happen to hit up Georgia Brown, man. The food was delicious. Quick thought. You ever thought about doing like a book, like sort of like the Green Book, where you go different places? Cause you be knowing the restaurants in these places where we can kind of get a book where we can go and hit up these spots where traditional black food is served.
Yeah, you know what? I tried to take it a step further. We when we're doing Ism Radio, we went on the road. We actually went to cities around the country and started going to different black businesses, just interviewing them and talking to the people in New Orleans, Chicago, Atlanta, and other places, talking to them about their businesses. So yeah, a book is possible because we do kind of need to know who's who out here, and that's why we do expos and we do events and conventions like we did the FBA convention out in Atlanta a few years ago, and we had all those phenomenal black businesses come through. That was a beautiful thing, and that was in the middle of the pandemic, and we still had just a great crowd come on out, and all of these wonderful black businesses from around the country were able to come and showcase what they had popping. So it was a beautiful thing, and I want to do that again. You know, I like to do just these big grand events where things just really pop off and we can just get the maximum exposure for some of the brothers and sisters who got businesses and things popping. So um that I got to start planning on the next FBA Expo. Jay Crazy, you good?
Hey, Tariq. I just want to say, when it comes to soul food, these other groups they really spent a long time, dissing our dishes,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
now that our food is popular and loved, globally, they don't get to just come in and say that we got it from them,
right.
you know. So that's all I wanted to say.
You know,
Yeah.
he makes a very good point. Y'all remember some years ago, especially the East Africans, they'd call up here. A lot of the Africans would call up here and just kind of poke fun at our food. They're like, "You niggas eat chitlins. You niggas eat Popeye's chicken. You eat collard greens, nigga." And they would call up, kind of clowning our food. Yeah, for a long time, they'd kind of, "Hey, you eat slave food, nigga. I'm not a slave." They would say that for years. They call our stuff slave food. It was beneath them. I'm from the royal family, nigga. Okay. And then when folks saw what their food looks like for real, and start letting folks know that the bush meat sandwiches is not the business, and we started to really emphasize what we got going on in our food and taking pride in our food, taking cultural pride in it. Now people want to latch on. Yeah. They want to sit around here and claim jump. And we're like, no, no, thank you. We're not doing that. Let's get Jonique. Let's get Miss Jonique in the building. What's going on, Jonique?
Hi, Tariq.
How are you, dear?
I'm fine. About the African food, my husband, he's Congolese,
Mm,
but right now he's in Senegal. I go back and forth there sometimes.
yeah.
The closest food that I know of that tastes like ours is called pondu, and it tastes like our greens, but the way my husband makes them, it tastes like spicy greens.
Mm. Does your husband?
So that's the only thing. And then when I'm over there in Senegal, visiting with him and his family, I tried to cook soul food, but the spices over there and the ingredients they don't necessarily have.
Mm.
So I tried to cook fried chicken, greens, the mashed potato, like the whole lot, but it tastes nothing like it.
Right. They ain't got the right spices. They ain't got.
No, they don't. And then when I was like adding hot sauce to the food,
What is this?
my husband said I was like adding too much.
This is burning my mouth, nigga. They were mad.
I'm like, what is you talking about? Because I'm like, you use habanero peppers in your spices. So how is hot sauce too hot?
Mm. Mm.
So that's all I wanted to say.
My man, that's. But thank you, Jonique.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Jonique, that's an FBA sister there. Jonique with that name and that accent. I forgot. I should ask Jonique where she was from. That's how you can tell foundational. You can tell a true FBA. You know what we do? That's part of our culture. We got names with Q's in them. Y'all know that? That's a part. That's a heavy part of foundational Black American culture. We utilize that Q, the letter Q. It's very prominent in foundational Black American names. Sister Jonique, love it. That's how you can tell. You can tell FBA names. Just look for the Q. We started getting names. We started to create our own names really in the 60s because we wanted to really emphasize our cultural pride and our blackness, and we wanted to get away from Europeanized names. And we understood on a subliminal level, most European names don't have the letter Q in them. Did y'all know that? The letter Q in European names, that's the least used letter. So we understood that, and we said, we'll take that Q, and we're going to put it in all of our names, like Jaquetta, Marquez, Jaquisha, Daquan, Taekwon, Daquandie. We started going to town with that letter Q. That's how you can tell somebody's for real FBA. When you see that Q in the name, oh, that's an FBA right there. Yeah, that's part of our culture. See, we got to really understand and appreciate our culture. That's a part of our culture. We use the hell out of the letter Q in these names. You know. Let me see who else we got. My phone battery thing. I don't know why my phone is dying. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get who is this person here? Let's get Robert. Let me see. Robert, let's get Robert in here. Robert Petruska, I think that's your name. Robert. What's up, Robert? Unmute your microphone, Robert. Hold on, let me get Johnny in real quick. Hold on. Johnny wanted to get back on. Johnny, what's up, dear? Johnny, what city you in? I forgot to ask you what city you in.
I live in Las Vegas, but I was born in Detroit.
Oh,
But a lot of my family is from the South.
oh yeah.
So my mama side of the family, they from like Virginia. My daddy side of the family, they from the Georgias and the Carolinas. And I got like old school like FBA family. So
Oh yeah.
like I was even raised by my like great grandma. So a lot of them got southern accents.
Mm-hmm.
So growing up, a lot of people thought that I was faking my southern accent, but I'm not.
Oh no. Detroit. I know people in Detroit with straight up and down Southern accent.
I was born in Detroit, but I was like raised in Las Vegas, but I would go back and forth to see my family in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, a lot of them is from the South. And then about my name, when you was mentioning it, I got two
Go
stories.
ahead.
My mama said that my older brother, who's 7 years older than me, named me Johnny.
Mm.
And then my mama's mama, she her name is Johnny Dale.
Yeah.
So my grandma, she told me that I was named after her. So I'm not sure which story is true.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's all I wanted to say.
There it is. Thank you so much, beloved.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. All right, Robert, you want to get on, Rob?
Jonique knows how to use the cue, but Nikki doesn't. She doesn't know the cue.
Well, you know how to use the meth pipe, and I don't know how to do that. So what?
I'm not on meth. Come on, man. I've never even touched meth. Have you?
Robert, what have
Why
you been?
would you be able to tell me that?
Every get the drunk white man every single night, every day. The drunk white man is gonna call up. That's what they gonna do. We can almost like clockwork. A drunk white man is gonna call up. Robert, what have you been drinking on, bro? Robert,
Coors Light,
Coors Light. So, what state are you in, Robert? You're in Texas.
Ohio.
You're in
Yeah.
Ohio.
My new awesome governor's gonna be Vivek. What do you think about that and the brown people stuff?
Well, hopefully that doesn't affect your meth supply. Okay, we don't want to have you out here
I've
stealing.
never been on meth in my life, have you?
Yeah. Sound like you just hit that pipe, sir. I'm sorry.